This bitch who had a lot to say about me on Twitter. Spenny, what's good? Never thought I'd be in a Twitter beef with Spenny from Kenny versus Spenny, but here we are, I guess. This was a crazy couple days. And I really do mean a couple days. Because Spenny spent nearly a week in my mentions absolutely crashing the fuck out. Bit of background here. Spenny, a man famous for accidentally taking too much drugs on TV, evidently took too much drugs and started pro-Pierre Poilievre posting, saying, "I'm voting for Pierre Poilievre. I'm not thrilled about it, but fuck Trudeau. I'm willing to deal with the cuts to save this country. No choice." And I found this post weird because in the past, Spenny has seemed pretty anti-Pierre, even posting some of my videos which are critical of Pierre. But I guess, like Pierre Poilievre, Spenny was pissed about Trudeau saying he'd respect the International Criminal Court decision regarding Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Again, just recognizing international law. Something any world leader should probably do. Something Benjamin Netanyahu wouldn't be wanted for if he did. So I quote tweeted his pro-Pierre tweet saying, "Kenny versus Spenny was on TV for nearly a decade, and somehow this is the most humiliating thing Spenny's ever done." To which Spenny replied, "Go fuck yourself." And I'm not gonna lie, this broke my heart. For about 5 minutes. Right up until he DM'd me this message. "Even Hitler was right about some things," which I did not reply to. Because what the fuck do you even say to that? And a few hours later, he followed up that he no longer has respect for me and blocked me. Like, okay, Hitler simp, the feeling is mutual. At which point, I don't know, guys. I got a little petty and just said fuck it. And I posted the Hitler message. And I said, the Pierre Poilievre to Hitler was right pipeline is real. Then Spenny went insane for days. He said I backstabbed him. He said I douched him. And he called me a shitbag and a shit weasel. Because I didn't show the full context of him saying Hitler was right about some things. Which I don't really know what the appropriate context would be for something like that. But since he wants me to show the context so bad, I will oblige his request. Spenny sent me a video that was transphobic nonsense, and I said, "Hey man, this is transphobic nonsense, and I won't listen to it." And he said, "You won't listen to the video just because the guy said one wrong thing? Even Hitler was right about some things." So I don't know. That's the context he wanted me to share, I guess. Yeah, sure, I said Hitler was right about stuff, but it's only because I'm transphobic. Is that the context that he wanted? I don't know. That doesn't seem any better for him, in my opinion. So maybe he wants me to share the full context of the DMs, in which he also straight up promoted genocide. So I don't know. He wants me to do the context. I'll do the context. Here's the full context of Spenny from Kenny versus Spenny saying Hitler was good sometimes. Basically, Spenny DM'd me after the first tweet and said I have some low IQ followers. I explained they're just confused because he went from being pretty anti-conservative to pro-Pierre seemingly overnight. And I tried to extend an olive branch and say that I still like Spenny, even though I disagree with him. Boy, do I regret sending that message. Spenny explained that he feels Trudeau is dangerous for the Jewish community, a community which he's a part of. He said you kind of need to be Jewish to get it, but it's a dangerous time for the community. He's against the pro-Palestinian protests because he sees them as being anti-Jewish, and the ICC thing, presumably Trudeau supporting the law, ultimately pushed him to publicly support Pierre Poilievre. I sympathize with his fear and acknowledge that I probably can't appreciate the full extent of it, being not Jewish myself. But that I too have recognized a rise in anti-Semitism, which I have, including in the pro-Palestinian protests. As a subgroup of people, absolutely use criticism of the Israeli government to justify their preconceived anti-Israel and anti-Semitic hate. Something that is incredibly obvious if you're not too stupid, unaware, ideologically compromised, or anti-Semitic to recognize it. I mean, we just saw this in Montreal with people rioting and screaming for the final solution. But I also clarified that I don't think every criticism of the Israeli government automatically amounts to anti-Semitism. Then I basically said what I said in this video, that Trudeau respecting international law is pretty normal, and Pierre saying we shouldn't is way crazier. And then Spenny got pretty fucking weird and contradictory, saying he's not talking about that, which is weird because he said the ICC thing is what pushed him to support Pierre, and I was responding to that. And he said that he condemned Netanyahu early on. He said there are Islamic terrorists that want to strap bombs to babies and kill Jews. The ICC and the UN are anti-Semitic, and that he hopes Israel nukes Palestine, which... that one got me, because how are you going to say you condemn Netanyahu, but also say, I hope this guy pulls out the fucking nukes? So I said, I don't understand how the UN is anti-Semitic if it was made in response to the Holocaust to prevent shit like the Holocaust, and also the UN is what formed Israel. Then I said the nuke thing was fucked up, and he's saying that it's bad that anti-Semitic people want to kill Jews, but also saying that he wants to kill all Palestinians, 43% of which are children. To which he said that I'm quoting Hamas statistics to do a little research on the UN being anti-Semitic. He sent a video of some anti-Palestine military guy saying Israel isn't engaging in genocide because not every Palestinian is dead, which also really weird because he just said he wants to fucking nuke Palestine, like literally saying he wants all Palestinians to die, but saying it's not a genocide because not all Palestinians are dead. So I don't know what to do with that. Like, it's not a genocide yet. And a couple more links, one of which was a pro-Trump Sam Harris podcast. So I said the stat isn't a Hamas stat. It's from the Palestine Central Bureau of Statistics, which is an independent government organization. I replied to his video of the anti-Palestine guy saying it doesn't sound like the guy knows what genocide is, which has a legal threshold. And then I replied to the Sam Harris video he sent, which was sent at a timestamp of Sam Harris just spouting verifiably transphobic nonsense about the Olympics. How am I going to trust any part of this video if the guy is so wrong about something so well documented? To which Spenny said, it's a 30-minute video, give it a chance. Even Hitler was right about some things. And that's when I stopped replying. And then he blocked me. So there you have it, the full context. I don't know why he wanted me to share that so bad. I actually think it seems even worse in context with the transphobia and the I hope Israel nukes Palestine shit. But there it is, I guess. You're welcome, Spenny. Now will you please shut the fuck up?
Alright, thanks for watching. If you don't already, please consider supporting my Patreon at patreon.com/CallumXOXOX. And if you do, thank you so much. You're the best. So if you see your name flashing across the screen, or if it's about to flash across the screen, just know that your support hugely helps me in continuing to make these videos, whether you're an active supporter or just taking a little break or have decided just you're done with it. Whatever the case may be, thank you so much. Huge help, and yeah, till next time.